And now CBS 2 brings you the top stories covering the corridor. Cedar Rapids casino investors say they're not going away. They are going to pursue their vision of a Cedar Rapids casino. This comes on the heels of a CBS 2 News investigation into questions regarding the Iowa Racing and Gaming Commission, its chair, and the casinos the commission oversees. My colleague Tiffany O'Donnell broke this story last Friday and has the latest details. Tiff?
Scott, when Cedar Rapids lost its bid for a casino license, city officials raised questions about the process. So CBS 2 began looking into those questions, and tonight we have new information on that story we broke last Friday. It includes new details about Iowa Racing and Gaming Commissioner Jeff Lamberti and his business ties with a charity he strongly supports and big donations from Iowa's casino industry to that very same charity. Ankeny attorney Jeff Lamberti is a veteran in Iowa political circles. A former Republican legislator, he has worked as a fundraiser and organizer for GOP causes. Governor Branstad appointed him to the Iowa Racing and Gaming Commission in May of 2011 and appointed him chairman of that organization in June of 2012. At the same time, Lamberti has been a strong supporter of Battleship Iowa, the nonprofit group that operates the U.S.S. Iowa as a tourist attraction in California. He serves as chairman of the Battleship Iowa Board of Directors. Lamberti and a woman named Becky Beach are partners in an Iowa corporation called Riverside Partners, Inc., a for-profit entity according to filings with the Iowa Secretary of State. Battleship Iowa hired them for fundraising services in 2010. CBS 2 News has learned through this 2012 IRS filing by Battleship Iowa that the now chairman of the Iowa Racing and Gaming Commission, Jeff Lamberti, guaranteed a $300,000 loan to Battleship Iowa. On the same filing, Lamberti and Beach's company, Riverside Partners, Inc., is also listed with a $500,000 loan to the nonprofit. Riverside Partners and Battleship Iowa say that money is owed for services they previously provided. 2012 is also the first year money comes to Battleship Iowa from Iowa casinos. According to Battleship Iowa, since 2012, donations from Iowa casinos have totaled $250,000. The combination of a large outstanding loan with casino donations as a possible funding source led us to ask Cedar Rapids business attorney Gary Streit, who created the City of Cedar Rapids ethics policy, about the relationship.
The money that is contributed to the nonprofit enhances the collectability of his note, is what it really means.
Mr. Lamberti is out of town, but I spoke to him via phone today. He insists his personal loan would never be paid with casino money given to the ship.
How do you know?
Because that's part of what we did when I secured that loan, and that's everybody's understanding. That's the policy of the board, and quite frankly, I would never allow to be repaid out of any of those funds because we have been very careful about keeping a wall between anything that's related to casino interest and anything that would relate to me.
Okay. Is that documented somewhere?
I don't know that it's specifically documented. It's certainly the understanding of everybody on the board. And, of course, I would never accept it.
He says the same is true for the $500,000 of the outstanding balance owed to his company with Ms. Beach, Riverside Partners, Inc.
Much like with anything to me that would never be paid out of gaming money.
Then there's the question of who was doing the asking of the donations in the first place. While Riverside Partners was hired to fundraise, Beach says she did it all on her own.
Did you ask those casinos in 2012
You
for
bet.
initial donations?
You bet.
You did, yeah. And that had nothing to do with Riverside Partners.
No.
How does that work, though? I mean, if you guys are partners in the company...
Well, how that works is let me tell you how it works. I send the ship an invoice from me, and then they send me a 1099, and I pay taxes directly on the money that I receive directly from them. It doesn't go through Riverside Partners. It goes directly to me personally.
Battleship Iowa Executive Director Jonathan Williams says neither the loan to Lamberti nor the money owed to Riverside Partners, Inc. has been paid. Lamberti tells us Riverside Partners, Inc. is no longer actively working for Battleship Iowa or any other clients. He and Beach say the company still exists because they are owed money by that nonprofit. And both say they're not involved in Battleship Iowa for the money, but because they both believe in the cause. In addition, the Cedar Rapids Investment Group and Linn County Gaming Association say they're not ready to give up on this project. In a statement to CBS 2 News, they say, in part, we understand some questions have been raised regarding the relationship of the chairman of the IRGC with those who were primarily opposing this project. We do not have all the facts associated with such questions and therefore cannot and will not comment on them at this time. We are confident that others will determine the facts and take the appropriate action if any is needed. For our part, we stand proud of our project, our community, and our investors, and we will remain so until this project becomes a reality. By the way, Scott, we talked to the State Board of Ethics this week, and they say no complaints have been filed.